Hello and welcome everyone out there in Open Spaces Sports Land. Tonight, Clint Cox here, Aim Baird there. We have six-man football in the Valley. As you can see, we're getting ready to broadcast 23 minutes on the clock. And here we go. We got a matchup tonight of the Brewster Triplains Titans coming into town off of their victory last week. Pulls them into a 1-3 record on the season, facing off against our Northern Valley Huskies, who are also 1-3 on the year. Something's got to give, right, Aim?
Yeah, it is. And Triplains-Brewster's coming off of their first victory of the season, so rolling in on that win streak. Northern Valley still actually technically looking for their first victory. Their one win on that schedule came from a forfeit in the Chase Cats game that they were supposed to have earlier this season. So, like you said, something's got to give. Both of these teams, I think, are looking for answers. Both of them trying to build some momentum into the back half of the season. And football looks a little bit different than it used to, Clint, where, you know, you get to the halfway point of the season at 1-3, you're kind of just playing for pride is what it used to be. But now with the way that they do districts and everyone gets one of those postseason games where a 4 seed will go play a 1 seed. So if you're hitting your stride at the right time, you can actually do a little damage here. Even these teams that didn't get off to the fast start that they were wanting to do, and what we're accustomed to seeing if you're a Northern Valley fan especially.
Well, good news for you Northern Valley fans. Number 11 back out there in warm-ups today was a little bit of a surprise to me. Tait Thalheim going to give it a go here and see if he can make this roster almost a full complete side. And the other side for Brewster, looks like they had a full team as well. Nobody in there without pads on. They're going to bring their full rosters here tonight. Tale of two coaches. Head coach Marvin Giphart for the Northern Valley Huskies. Been here a long time, knows what he's doing on the six-man side, is going to have to try and reinvent something on the offensive side to make things work.
Yeah, Coach Gebhard's had good luck since Northern Valley has dropped down to 6A, even was the six-man coach of the year a couple years ago, but kind of trying to reinvent the wheel. You got all these new starters coming up, had a lot of upperclassmen here the last few years, so you're trying to just reload and get some new guys that just kind of get the fresh legs under them, trying to learn the speed of the game. Even if it is six-man, you got to learn, even sometimes even more six-man, you've got to be comfortable with your assignment because you're going to be put on an island out there, primarily on the defensive side and on offense. You just got to really know your job. You're going to go up in one-on-one situations. But like you said, both of these coaches, the tale of the coaches, completely different story on the other side of Brett Hartley. Got out of education for a little while, and the last time he was coaching was at Baxter Springs, 3A, Class 3A, 11-man football. And I think one of his things is you got to learn how to coach six-man. It is very different. You know, you got a completely different strategy, a completely different playbook, and obviously 5 less players on each side of the ball.
It does make somewhat of a difference. If you haven't ever watched a six-man game, you're in for a treat tonight. A few different rules out there. We'll make sure and let them go and let you know them as we get going. But kicking is a major important part of this game. Northern Valley, one of the biggest lights that you can shine on their Northern Valley season, Gavin Thalheim kicking the ball really, really well.
Yeah, kid's got a leg on him, and kicking is super important in this game because if you can hit that PAT, which would usually be 1 point at the 11-man and 8-man level, that's how you get 2 points. You go for 2. And if you kick a field goal instead of 3, you get 4 points. So if you run a play, which we would traditionally think gets 2 points in, you only get 1 because it just feels like the odds are kind of stacked against them a little bit more on the kicking side of things. So that could be in a game like this, that could even be the deciding factor, Clint.
As the fans are starting to pour in here on a wonderful night in the Valley. Beautiful. 72, partly cloudy, no wind.
Perfect.
Not asking any better, and as you can see, this field is trimmed to perfection. Revival Lawn Care, plus a lot of hard work from, I know Coach Mitch Pugh has putting the numbers down, and he's had a lot of help making that happen. But as everybody's pouring in here, we'll give us a chance for our sponsors to take over the lead here. We'll be back with your starters and a Star-Spangled Banner and a little bit more on your pregame show. Thanks for joining us here at Open Spaces Sports. As we count down to kickoff, we're about 12 minutes away from football here in the Valley. Clint Cox and Aim Baird here with your broadcast as the teams have gone through their warm-ups and they're getting ready to do some of the starters. And one of the things I wanted to talk about here in pregame was that it feels like Northern Valley, and we got the same kind of message from Brewster Triplains. they were all talking about offense.
Yep.
And that's such a foreign language from a six-man game. If we're always talking about you got to get your stops, you got to get your stops. But these two offensives haven't been very cohesive so far this year.
No, they really haven't gelled, and I think whatever team can really start clicking and doing that could really get out of the gates in a good way. Brett Hartley, when we asked him about it, he said they want to really keep drives alive, and they need to limit mistakes and turnovers. And when they were able to do that, you saw what happened. They were able to clean that up and get a decisive victory last week against a Ransom Healy team. Northern Valley, the same way. We've been accustomed the last few years to seeing them really get to punching in the end zone, but the drives have really been stalling out. They have some good momentum going, and then they start going back the other direction, and it's just they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot a little bit. But if they can have sustained drives and really start to build on that momentum and get that defense, this is for both teams, getting the opposing defense back on their heels and really start maybe even creating some explosive plays, you're going to see the floodgates open up, and whatever team can do that could really take it to the whole new level on the season and for the game.
We'll be back with your starting lineups after this. The teams have lined up for a Star Spangled Banner, so we're going to join our Star Spangled Banner and be back in just after these messages.
Thank you to the Husky band. And now the starting lineup first for the
Now we're going to get ready and get this game going. I'm kind of antsy, Aim. I don't know about you. I just want to get going. We've only been able to broadcast 2 games, but let's go over and do the starting lineups here. Starting for the Brewster Triplains Titans, a 145-pound sophomore, number 3, Evan Roll. A 150-pound sophomore, number 7, Joseph Mills. A 150-pound senior, number 8, Tanner Owens. A 135-pound junior, number 10, Nate Peterson. A 190-pound senior, number 18, Ryan Huddle. And a 185-pound junior, number 20, Jet Kazniska. Head coach, once again, Brett Hartley, in his first year coaching 6-man. And his first year over at Brewster Triplains, as well as his assistant, first-year coach, Lane Patman. Northern Valley's starters look like this as the gets start. They hit the music. The fans put their hands together, and they're starting to get this crowd up and running. They'll go this way here tonight. I believe that they're going to, I might have to wait on Pugh and the PA guy because I don't know if they're going to go offense or defense right now. But longtime head coach Marvin Gippard and his crew and his longtime assistant coach Josh Hansen by his side they were working late last night. I saw him at the volleyball game. He said, we're going to find something, figure out what works, and we're going to run it and run it and run it. And the big plays are going to be something that I think Northern Valley is going to capitalize on. Northern Valley will start this way. They are led by their big man. He's a junior. He's 6'1", 180 pounds. Number 5, Gavin Thalheim, a multiple-time All-State selection in the six-man game. 168-pound senior. Number 14, Caden Lowry. Called upon to be on the field a lot this year. He has shown up in some big plays. They're going to need him here tonight. A 6'2" junior, 167 pounds, Owen Hammond. Heck of an athlete, state qualifier in not only the high jump and 300 hurdles. He'll play some quarterback here tonight. And then we go to the freshman, 153-pound freshman. He stands 5'8", number 27, Lucas Hansen. Plays a little quarterback and plays defense in the slot. The all-time leading junior high rusher in Northern Valley history, 183-pound, 6'2" freshman Griffin McKinney wears number 56. And the big man, number 99, 245, the junior, Ayden Keith, rounds out that starting lineup for the Huskies as they take a knee and look like they're going to say a little prayer before this one gets going. Aim. It doesn't matter. It's football. The weather's telling us it's football. Mm-hmm. We just love it.
We do. We love it, and I think this game is going to be a good one. You know, I think it's going to be action-packed. We talk a lot about the first quarter being really important in the majority of games that we do, and we kind of start to sound like broken records, but really, truly, if you can get out and you can set the tone from the beginning, especially in these six-man games, and you can kind of keep your foot on the gas, it's really hard for that team that falls behind to catch back up. And so you know that both these squads and their coaches are going to come in with a little bit of a game plan, maybe a pregame script here, trying to set that tone from the beginning, wanting to be aggressive early on. We talked a little bit. It's going to be interesting seeing if Northern Valley does anything different or if they're just going to really try to do the same offense but better, you know, kind of limit those mistakes, or if they're going to go back to the drawing board and maybe air it out a little bit more against a team like Triplains-Brewster. It'll be interesting to see. I
can see them putting the ball in the air a little bit more, trying to just create those one-on-one matchups like for their athletes, for Owen Hammond, for Gavin Thalheim. You get those guys in space. And the defenses, and I don't care which defenses, they have problems defending that because it's not like you can double a guy in six-man football. You can't play 4-on-5 on the rest of the play.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, we have the weights on our roster right now, but looking out there, Owen Hammond stands around 6 to 6'2" right there. Ryan Huddle across from him, equal, if not a little bit taller. So both sides have athletes with some height advantage on them. So it'll be, you know, maybe you throw up some 50-50 balls and see which guy can be more aggressive and take them down. And if you get that jump ball, there is nobody behind you in a secondary that's pretty much non-existent in the six-man game because you don't have enough guys to really have a secondary there. You have to play that man-on-man.
While we're getting ready, as the captain's meeting is happening in front of us there, we will be having our I want to announce something else as soon as they get down there because some of them were in the band. I want to announce our state champion cheerleaders, that they won that state championship last year. We'll get that here as they step out of the way. They're grabbing their pom-poms, being ready to pump this crowd out. And so it's kind of a long captain's meeting out there. I don't know if they're looking to figure out who's got the quarter or what, but let's flip it and go, boys.
Yeah, if you're asking the football players if they got spare change on them for a coin flip, you're probably not going to find anyone with a lucky penny.
I know I didn't carry something like that, right? No rabbit's foot in my sock as we were playing back in the day.
Are they waiting till 7?
I don't know. There finally is a coin flip is flipped over. Of course, the visiting team gets to call it, and I'm going to guess that they called heads. I can't tell from here, but neither can you from home. So we'll figure it out when it acts it. Looks like they were correct in their toss. Whether it was heads or tails, they were correct. They want it. They'll take the ball.
I like it.
They say they want it. They're going to go on the offense first. They'll go from north to south. Northern Valley will be kicking to start this game off. And I think everybody in this entire place is like, let's get this game going. It's felt like it all evening long.
Yeah, and we've kind of given you the tale of the tape at home about both of these teams really trying to hit their stride, but you can feel it with this Northern Valley squad and with the fans here. They're really thinking that the second half of this season, coming in this game at 1-3, that they can really finish out the season on a high note here. And I feel you can feel that anticipation, at least on this side where we're sitting here. And I'm sure that we talked to the coach over there, Coach Hartley, and we're in with that group of Titans players, and you can kind of feel that from them as well. So it's just going to be really exciting to get this game kicked off.
Back deep right now. Looks like the Titans are going to send back Joseph Mills, number 7, and number 10 is Nate Peterson. Of course, doing the kicking for Northern Valley, number 5, Gavin Thalheim. There's the whistle, and we are ready for football, and here we go. Gavin puts a leg into it, drives it deep, but a chance here for Mills. He makes one man miss. Now he's trying to cross the field the other way. Gavin does wrap him up. They will take it all the way out. Nice return of over 25 yards. Their first possession will start on the 29-yard line.
Yeah, we'll see what they got in their back pocket right here. Usually when you see a team want to receive so excitingly, they've got a little something stewed up that they've been working on. That initial drive, a lot of times, the plays you've been working on for the entire week, you can come out, you can have a lot of confidence in them, and here we see them go spread already. Going
barnyard completely, all 5 across. Of course, the quarterback can't run. They're going to loft it up, and Tait Thalheim, instant impact, picks the first play off. He goes down right there, but that's a big impact play. He just went up on the 30-yard line and picked it off.
And that's something that Northern Valley's really been missing, the dynamic freshman here. Another Thalheim coming up, causing havoc in the secondary here, ball hawking that one, and he makes an immediate impact. We said this is his first game back after a while of being injured. And how about that? Took one play for him to get his hands on a ball.
Here we go. Northern Valley's going to line up in a tight set. They're going to bring Griffin McKinney over the center. And to his side, Ayden Keith and Keaton Lowry starting heavy. Under center, Hansen. Flip it back to Owen Hammond. They're just going to sweep around the left side. Drop for a loss as Mills wraps him up for a 2-yard loss. Good defensive play.
It was a nice job by the Titans defense there, keeping that play stretching side to side. Well, if you're a running back, what you want to do is you want to kind of be patient, but once you see that hole that you can get up the field, you got to hit that, but it never really showed itself. Nice job by the defense there. Even though it looked initially like it was going to be a nice play for Northern Valley, the initial seal on the D end, the linebackers did a nice job pushing it to the sideline.
Your quarterback is Lucas Hansen. He's flanked in this backfield by Hammond and now Thalheim. Toss goes to him. He's going to have to break a tackle to get anywhere, and 3 Titans drive him out of bounds after a gain of maybe 1, maybe. Yeah, so it's going to be 3rd and long.
Different number called there, but it looked like almost the exact same play to me.
3rd and 16 for Northern Valley. Is this where they're going to draw up and maybe go to the air here? But they're going to stay heavy, it looks like, as Ayden Keith and the strong running attack is still in there. Head coach Marvin Giphart looking at his options as he does send in a sub at this time. He's going to bring in Zane Brown, and out comes Ayden Keith as they are
Tait Thalheim into the game too. Hand up, they're doing the 5-second count. They're going to have to get it off, and they do in time. But we have a flag. It's going to be a false start as they were hurrying up to try to beat that delay a game, and somebody probably didn't get quite set.
I think the official on our far side had 2 fingers up, and I think that means double ones or 11. Tait Thalheim was moving on that one, and since the interception, this is about what Northern Valley's done. They've moved back and back and back, but they're in a barnyard set on that last set. I'm guessing they're going to do the same, and they're spreading wide. Tait to the top. Griffin under center. In the slot is Owen Hammond, and 2 closest to us is Zane Brown. Snap is back, and, of course, kick to Thalheim. Now he's got to miss a defender, and he does. He's got an opening, but he's got a long ways to go, and he's got to go through 5 of them. Doesn't get all of them, but he gets 7 yards. It's going to bring up 4th down and 14.
It was a nice job by the Triplains-Brewster defense, everyone ganging up and getting to that ball. But it was initially a pass, and even with it being a broken play, if there's 5 guys tackling him, you would have hoped that somebody could have got open and he could have, found a receiver downfield. But I know that's easier said than done. Up in your face.
I mean, we hear about it on Saturdays and Sundays when everybody's critiquing quarterbacks, keeping your eyes downfield as the rush is in your face. It's not an easy thing to do, but we can hope that he can look up and find a receiver here. They'll go in motion now with Hammond. He'll switch sides. Flip back to Thalheim, and he's going to try and run for it. He's going to look like he's going to get there, and he does. He isn't getting first contact till he's 20 yards down the road. Runs over 2 Titans and will walk into the end zone for a long touchdown.
Yeah, lowered
50 yards on the carry.
Lowered the boom after he picked up a sizable pickup there, about 20 yards past the sticks, and there it is, just was not to be denied the end zone. And those are the kind of plays that we've been waiting to call for Mr. Gavin Thalheim.
He is your kicker here, and once again in the 6-man, if you want 2 points on your extra point, you got to put it through the uprights with your foot. And the first one is up, and it's good. Northern Valley takes the 8-0 lead here at Almena over Brewster Triplains. We'll be back with your kickoff after these messages from your supporters here at Open Spaces Sports.
All American Glass is there to serve their customers wherever they are. At All American Glass, they feature NGA certified master technicians to handle your insurance claims or emergency repairs. All American Glass will repair first and replace when necessary. Call All American Glass in Long Island, Kansas at 785-854-7625 or toll free at 866-312-2257.
All Creatures Vet Clinic is located in Almena, Kansas, and they serve the fine folks of Phillips County and Norton County, and in and around the Almena and Northern Valley area, and of course Long Island as well, and even into southern Nebraska. All Creatures Vet Clinic is open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m., and you can reach them by calling 785-669-2227. Small animal care, large animal care, it's all available at All Creatures Vet Clinic, supporting the Northern Valley Huskies athletically and academically.
Financial investments are very
welcome
important.
back here as Gavin's going to do the kicking off as Northern Valley just marched that one down for a score. This one's going to go over to the other side to Peterson. Now he's going to come near side, try and cut back, wrapped up by Griffin McKinney and Maverick Rogers.
Second decent return, though, by this Titans team. So good starting field advantage here. We'll see if they can do a little bit more with it, as they really didn't get a chance to do anything the last time. First play out, throwing that up, getting pulled down by the Husky defense. Tait Thalheim here, so back to the drawing board for this offense.
Looky, I found something that the head coach Marvin Giphart has employed. He is putting Gavin Thalheim and Griffin McKinney on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
2 athletes trying to make havoc there. Quick drive here to the near side. Here comes Kinney, and he has dropped back for a loss.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're the lineman on the opposing team and you see 5 and 56 lining up, you're going to be in for a pretty exhausting night, because both of those kids with motors on them.
And I am sorry, number 32 is not in my program. Did you get a correction on that, Pew? I'll figure it out. But here we go, second down, 13 to go. Tight formation here, and looks like we're going to have offsides on the Northern Valley. It's an encroachment in the neutral zone, I believe is what is being called. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. And they'll repeat second down. But it's interesting. We've seen both things from Coach Hartley. We've seen barnyard and we've seen tight formation.
They're going to call a false start on the offense there. A little bit of movement up front.
Okay, number 11 must have drew him offsides.
Carson Bergston.
So instead of 5 yards to the positive for the Titans, they're going to go 5 yards to the negative and bring up 2nd down and 18. And if you happen to be a Brewster Titans fan and know my cell phone number, please give me an idea who number 32 is, because he's not in my book, and he looks like he's going to be a featured player here tonight. Number 10 is Nate Peterson, as he's going to go around the left side, tries to cut back, but wrapped up by Tait Thalheim after a gain of 1.
Left side, Tait Thalheim doing his responsibility on containing on the outside, something to a minimal gain.
Really nice job there by Thalheim coming up and filling on the run. He's in that secondary, that last line of defense, but sniffed out the run, went downhill, and doing exactly what you want to see if you're Coach Hansen over there, who I believe is the one who works with those defensive guys more often than not.
Once again, they'll go in there. Tight formation, looks like almost an I formation and a quick trap right up the middle. They're going to hand it to Kuzniska, handed it handed it to Owens. He carries it for 4 yards, going to bring up 4th down. How did you say that one?
Kwasniska?
Kwasniska. I'm sorry, Mom, at home. I will try not to butcher that one.
I think that's how the coach said say it, so we apologize. His name is Jet.
Jet.
We can get that part right.
Jet sounds much better to me. I know I can get that one right, and it's cool.
It is cool.
Wish my mama named me Jet. And looks like we're going to have our first time out of this period. Mr. Head Coach Brett Hartley is going to take it and see what he can do here on this 4th down. We'll be back with more after this.
But so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Angela Thalheim, your Phillipsburg Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. And that's why Angela Thalheim is a proud sponsor of the Northern Valley Huskies and all of their athletics and academics. For all of your investment needs, call 785-543-2667 or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
At Equity Bank, they mean more. More solutions for your finances and more bankers standing by, whether that's in our lobbies or in the drive-thrus. They're at the Equity Bank. They're proud members of the community, big supporters of high school athletics. They shoot straight, and you score when it comes to no ATM fees nationwide. And don't forget to ask about Equity Bank Insurance, which offers an array of insurance products from home, auto, farm, business, and crop insurance. Why not stop by at Almena or Norton's locations and visit them online at equitybank.com.
Here we go. 4th down and 12 is now. We're going to have a shift. Now that's an illegal shift. They had 2 in motion, but I don't see a penalty flag down, so they're going to play it. And on that 4th down pass is going to go incomplete. Northern Valley will take over on downs.
Not a bad idea taking that shot. And, when you spread out like that, you're going to make it so you get an opportunity, but you're going to have to get eyes on where you want to go with that ball pretty quick because of the defensive pressure that's going to come on that line. What they had in motion, though, with a chip block there, allowed a little time for that ball to get off. Not a bad look, but alas, turnover on downs.
Northern Valley will stay in the same formation they've shown in every offensive play here to start their drives. They're going to go heavy on the right side. Pitch back to Thalheim. Wide open is Owen Hammond, and he's going to stroll into the end zone. He was there from the beginning. They've been running the chip block off of that guy every time. And this side, instead of doing it, he just runs right by the linebacker, doesn't he?
Really set up the play action nicely here. You got to get out and you got to respect Gavin Thalheim because of the run that he just had. Last time we saw this Huskies offense out there, and with that, a little bit of over commitment to the run, leaving the sneaky pass to get behind.
Head coach Marvin Gippart making that one look easy as he did, 3-4 plays that look very similar and then hits the pass for the home run and good. Gavin Thalheim's extra point is also good. 16-0. Northern Valley leads. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Let them show you.
You appreciate it when people listen to you. You like it when they understand. We understand, and we think we have something you're going to like. My name is Brandy Archer. I'm part of the First National Bank and Trust family in Phillipsburg, Logan, Long Island, Smith County Bank and Smith Center, and Solomon Valley Bank in Beloit, member FDIC. You work hard around home, around your family, at your job, and you deserve some perks. Benefits like shopping and travel discounts, protection on your cell phone, roadside assistance. Perks. Today, go to agbank.bank, take a look at the brand new Perk checking account and all the special benefits perfect for someone like you. Reduce risk, save money, get your own Perk checking account. Know that today and every day, First National Bank and Trust is here for you.
Getting a little creative with that one and could not track it down was Griffin McKinney as Thalheim just kind of pooched it over that first line of defense. Thought Northern Valley was going to get on it, didn't you, Aim?
I did. I like that idea right there, but you kind of missed your mark, and so it doesn't really hurt you in where they've been starting, though, because every time they've been kicking it back, this is about the same starting field position that they've had.
Yeah, I think it's the worst starting position they've had, actually, on the 26.
Yeah, that's kind of how it's been working, but we'll see if they can get something rolling here. I think their best bet would be to get a little bit of a spread offense going, maybe leaving a couple guys in to chip block. But I like the idea of passing. They just haven't been able to connect on those right now, haven't gotten a solid look to the receiver.
They'll march off the 5-yard penalty for kicking it out of bounds. And another defensive change is they're going to go to bring in the defensive tackle specialist, 256-pound freshman Malikiah Hitt, as he penetrates that line quickly on that first play, wrapped up by 3 or 4 Huskies, driven backwards for a loss of 2.
Yeah, right there you talked Malikiah Hitt, and he blew that play up right away. He wasn't the one that got the tackle, but he disrupted that backfield immediately and allowed for the rest of those players to just really fill in well behind him, creating a slight loss there on the run.
He is the bull in the bull rush right there, is big Mr. Malikiah.
That's right.
Now we'll see if they do a counter punch and try and go spread here against the meat of Malikiah in the middle, but no, they're going to stay tight in the I formation. Dotting that I is Peterson. He's got it now to Jet. Jet's going to let one go. Caught on the left side there by Bergston. He's going to be driven out of bounds after a gain of 8 yards. It'll bring up 3rd down.
Really nice pass there. There's 2 Husky defenders, and he put it right between them to find Bergston along that sideline for a really nice pickup there, finding themselves at 3rd and manageable.
Head coach Brett Hartley was talking about extending drives. These are the 2 plays, because it's 2 down territory. You're probably not going to punt from here. These are the 2 plays that you need to go ahead and move those sticks and keep that momentum going towards the end zone. Jet going to go under center here. Handoff is now going to be a reverse play here. I believe that's Peterson on the outside. Fumble, the ball is on the ground. Caden Lowry picks up his 2nd fumble recovery on the season as Gavin Thalheim drew that one out. Northern Valley's going to take over after the turnover.
Great hit there by Gavin Thalheim. You got a nice view of it at home because it came near side with that, but just fought right through that block in a big, that was a man's kind of play right there. You had the blocker on you, but you said, I am not to be denied, and laid the wood to get that ball free.
Once again, they start out in this power right formation. Hansen takes it now, will flip it back to Thalheim. Now a mesh play, and now Thalheim's going to go the opposite way, and he's going to get to the end zone untouched as they could not find a way to figure out where the ball is. And looky at this design right here. I love it. As that ball is snapped back, they get a mesh point like an option, right, Aim?
Yeah, it was exactly what it is. It's a read option right there. And done beautifully, read nicely by Gavin Thalheim and the Huskies. We talked about them needing a little bit of an offense spark. How about 3 touchdowns in 3 consecutive plays?
Over 35 yards, each one of them, as the big plays have been there for Northern Valley. Lining up to kick yet another field goal. He's 2 for 2. Will he make 3 for 3? This one's a little bit of a high snap, but they get it down. The kick is up. The kick is good, and it's caught all the way by the flagpole. Those who have played ball here in Northern Valley know the distance in between the goalpost and the flagpole is a long ways. He kicked that one through and made it good. 24-0 Northern Valley leads. More open spaces football in 60 seconds.
There's a new precision planting dealer right here in Long Island, Kansas. Hi, my name is Zach Vincent with Flying V Agri-Services, and I am now offering precision planting products as a part of my portfolio of agricultural services. It can be tough knowing where to start when getting ready to upgrade your equipment, but here at Flying V Ag, we have got the plan for you. Schedule a free equipment evaluation, get a custom upgrade plan, and then receive ongoing training and consultation as we get you ready to rock and roll for next growing season. Give me a call today at 785-854-8107, and let's upgrade that equipment that's already sitting in your shed.
When it comes
Another kickoff coming here for these Huskies. We'll see if they go back to that little, more of that pooch kick, trying to get one down the sidelines. They've got Griffin McKinney on that far side here. See if they can use the speed of the junior high all-time leading rusher. But no, they're just going to try to boot this one out of the end zone. That's the leg at work from Gavin Thalheim, and he is cooking on all fronts of the game right now, doing it on defense, doing it on offense, and special teams, making some plays as well, hitting all of his after points attempts, and as well as booting that one through the back of the end zone. So he's feeling pretty good this game, Clint.
I caught him at the volleyball game here in Almena last night, and I said, Gavin, what's the deal here? He goes, oh, we're going to win, man. And he was, you could see the intensity in his eyes, and he knows that a lot of it lands on his shoulders as a 2-year starter here, and a smack down quickly there, and it looks like we'll have a penalty flag as Griffin and Gavin wrapped up Ryan Huddle at the point of attack, and we have a flag down. Aim, did you see it?
Well, Huddle had a little bit of frustration there after the end of the play, so there's probably a little bit of extracurricular is going to be the call. It's kind of bang-bang, except for something definitely frustrated him. I'm not sure who they're going to get the foul to. Oh, they're going to call an offensive face mask there on Ryan Huddle.
I wasn't exactly sure
Grabbing
what
the
it
face
was.
and pushing off, perhaps, because it wasn't during the play. There wasn't time to get that stiff arm as he was met right at the line of scrimmage. But these are those plays, that we were talking about, Brett Hartley talking about, is he said keeping drives alive but limiting mistakes and turnovers and shooting themselves in the foot right here. We saw it out of the gate with that interception, and after that, really not a lot of mistakes, but here a big one as they've got their backs up against the wall right now, and you can feel the momentum just really running through that Husky defense right now. Both the guys on the line, Malikiah Hitt as well as Gavin Thalheim, going to be looking to try to see if they can get the safety play here, but a nicely drawn up play, getting to the edge, spin move here to get back almost to the sticks. A nice hit there at the end. But a good job by the runner, Nate Peterson, the 135-pound junior there, using his speed to get back to 2nd and 16. So about from where they started from, would be nice to see him get the ball a couple more times.
It brings them back in a manageable, and they've got to figure out something that works. They've tried to stay in this tight formation. We'll see if they're bringing in a couple subs here, see if they're going to try something a little bit different. But Northern Valley's defense has been superb so far in this one, and when they put up a fight like that, not a lot works, period. But now they are going to go a little bit deeper. No, we're going to have a timeout here, Ames. So we'll be back after the shout out to the sponsors that make everything possible here at Open Spaces Sports.
Personal service and minor tune-ups, tire repairs, and more, you can depend on Home Oil Company of Almena. Whether it's filling up your car or pickup, or fuel delivery, or an oil change, you can trust the friendly people at the Home Oil Company. Home Oil Company of Almena supports the Northern Valley Huskies in academics and athletics.
When it comes to home improvement and carpet installation in and around the Norton County and Phillips County areas, you want to depend on Casey's Home Improvement in Almena, Kansas. At Casey's Home Improvement, they also provide country carpet and tile, and they feature carpet, tile, laminate, and planking with free estimates, and they're, of course, locally owned by Corey Sear. Casey's Home Improvement will take care of all your remodeling needs as well. Casey's Home Improvement, located in Almena, Kansas. Call them at 785-202-0565.
Back out of the break here. We'll see what these Triplains-Brewster Titans are going to draw up back at 2nd and 16, but Clint, they really need to get a drive rolling here. We're still only in the first quarter, so some time to be played, but if Northern Valley keeps scoring at this rate, you're talking about maybe just 1 or 2 more quarters of football unless they can find an answer on the offensive side of the Titans here. Big hit on the sideline. It's going to be after about a 5 or 6 yard pickup there. That was Peterson once again showing off the wheels and getting to the outside, bouncing that one. One of their better runs has been his last 2. I know it hasn't been for such an explosive play. A little fuzzy. There you go.
Yeah. Sorry, if you can't tell at home, Aim and I have switched roles here a little bit, and I'm not very experienced at the camera.
Hey, we got to learn to play all the positions, Clint. So that's what we're doing right now.
It doesn't like that middle spot, does it?
It really does not.
Well, we'll try and bring it to you. I'll try and do my best.
One receiver spread out to the far side. We'll see if they do a little bit of a play action here, looking his way. And they do try to launch one up. He stopped on his route. I don't know if he was on the same page, that receiver. That was Ayden Keith out there on that far side. Kwasnica trying to hit him, and it looked like, Kinney did a little bit of a comeback route there. Kwasnica was looking for him to keep streaking down the field and trying to beat that corner to the spot. Just not on the same page quite with that, but not a bad look.
I'm going to be fired right away, aren't I? I'm sorry for you at home. I always give Aim the trouble for maybe not being able to bring you much of a camera, but, man, that is fuzzy. I'm sorry. You're going to have to do a good job doing color, buddy.
Yeah, back out. They're going to go basically the same look that they just did right there, 4 down territory, even though it is 4th and 11. You got to go for it here if you're the Titans. A lot of pressure coming off that edge, and it's just almost picked off there. Tait Thalheim had great positioning but lost his footing. Almost tried to catch that interception off of his knees, but it is going to be a turnover on downs. Huskies are going to have this one looking in their red zone already at the 19-yard line.
Aim, you want to touch this and tell me when to stop here?
Yeah, it looks good right there.
Right there?
Yeah.
All right, let's go right there.
I don't want to go in too much because they might throw a reverse on you, and you got to get quick to go the other way here. A little bit of a split back look here. Pass coming. They hit Hansen, who's the one who took that snap. A lot of laundry there. It is going to be a touchdown if it's not an offensive flag, but I believe this one's probably going to come back. 2 holding calls would be my guess.
I think it's something because we might have multiple fouls because there's 2 flags and a hat.
A lot of activity there on that far sideline where that chain gang is. We'll see what the call or calls is as a white hat comes marching this way. So we got 2 calls. One of them was a holding call. That penalty was declined, and the second one was a blindside block.
Yeah, that was Griffin McKinney.
Crack block coming back in. You can't ear hole a player anymore, but it's been that way for quite a while. I don't think Griffin's ever played football where that wasn't a penalty,
wasn't a deal, but it was a good aggressive play.
Yeah.
He's just got to wait a little bit longer so that defender can see the hit coming, and and it's not a bad rule. I mean, it's not the old-fashioned football you used to play, but you don't play with a leather helmet anymore.
Yeah, and what it does is it does save a lot of those corners on the outside, which are usually your smaller kids, from just taking a beating out there. Maybe if Griffin could have got his hands extended a little more here. A little bit of a crazy play, broken play. The snap was on the ground. Gavin Thalheim picked it up, rolled out to the right, and launched an absolute bomb. 35 yards for another touchdown for these Northern Valley Huskies. Talk about all things going your way.
Wow, that was like the Lamar Odom play we watched on Sunday last week where he didn't
Lamar Jackson?
Yeah, Lamar Jackson, sorry. Lamar Odom.
I don't think Lamar Odom can play or throw a football, my guess.
Big left-handed 3-man.
Another miscue on the snap. Gavin picks it up. He's going to roll out to the right again and do basically the same play, far side, but he throws it over his receiver's hands. That was just a broken play right there. The first mistake that these Huskies have had in quite a while here, but it does take us to 30-0 with the Northern Valley lead. We'll hear from some sponsors and be back right after this.
Ready Mix has what you're looking for in your concrete needs. With fast delivery with a consistent product, Long Island Ready Mix can turn your concrete dreams into a reality with high-quality cement.
Mittens Travel Center is much more than a convenience store. At Mittens Travel, you can count on them for a quick snack or a quick drink, or maybe get a sandwich from the Subway inside. Maybe you need to take a break from your travels and sit down for a meal at the IHOP restaurant. You can also stop in at the Sonic drive-thru next door. Mittens Travel Center also features high-quality fuel to keep your car or truck on the road. You don't have to come to Mittens to get their high-quality fuel. You can let them bring it to you. Whether it's on the job or on the farm, Mittens Travel Center can deliver gas, diesel, DEF, wherever you are. The next time you're traveling down Interstate 70, make it a one-stop shop at Mittens Travel Center in Oakley, Kansas.
During that break, you maybe saw right there, Clint was giving the Northern Valley cheerleading squad their flowers, giving them a little screen time. They took the state title this last season. We'll see if they can go for the repeat here. A lot of returning folks on that cheer squad. This one's going to be a touchback out the end zone, kind of a line drive there, made it to the outfield.
Yeah, kind of right between the second baseman and shortstop up the middle that went and cleared for a base hit.
Too soon to talk baseball.
I know, we could have used that in the seventh inning last night.
But nonetheless, if you're a Northern Valley fan, you can put that all behind you because you're happy with how this is going. Coach Hartley and those Titans still looking for an offensive answer here to this Huskies defense, which has been absolutely stifling this game from the get-go.
It's been a great performance if you're wearing the green jerseys.
The split back there as a lead blocker, but they go quick pitch out to the left side just for a small gain. Another nice gang tackle there from the Huskies. Slow to get up. I'm not sure what number that is for the Titans. It was the ball carrier.
But what I am noticing here in the adjustment that has been made is the defensive line. You know, whether it's Malikiah Hitt doing the bull rush or the two quicker, more athletic players, Griffin McKinney and Gavin Thalheim on the outside, they're not getting around them. They're doing everything and making the tackle as well.
They're not playing with a hesitation anymore. We've seen that in a couple of games where they've been too concerned about, obviously you have to contain if that's your job, but they're really pinning their ears back and they're knowing their assignment and they're going and finding the ball. They look like green heat-seeking missiles out here on this defense right now. Hit out of bounds after just a short yard gain. That was number 10, Peterson, that took that pitch to the right side this time. So we're at third and about 8-9 here again. We'll see what they do. We've seen them in this position a couple of times, and this mid to long offense that they've been trying to run just hasn't really been hitting, Clint. They've been able to pick up 4 to 5 yards in these runs, but not more than that.
I think if you got a bag of tricks, you should go look for it right now and try and pull a rabbit.
The Statue of Liberty?
Something right now to get some offensive. Right there. There it is. You're going to pick up 5 easy yards quickly, but actually the back move.
I saw the back move, so we'll see who they give it to. They're going to be a stroke of luck if they give it to the Huskies. I think Griffin was the first one to jump, but it didn't get the running back to jump off sides. Peterson there. They're going to say neutral zone infraction. So
I agree with your assessment, Aim. I thought Griffin was the first one to move.
And they are going to say that here, and you know what? Maybe this is the best thing for these Titans right now because we've seen them be able to pick up 4 yards here in a pop of the play, and they are just going to flip it to the outside. Peterson tries to turn on the wheels but does a little too much dancing, giving that Huskies defense time to adjust and get to him for a loss. They're going to find out what they're going to do here on 4th and 5. You've got to go for it.
The pursuit by the Northern Valley Huskies is what got that done. The defensive end out there, Griffin McKinney, strung it out. And what happened? Peterson didn't put his foot down and try and get as many as he could. He tried to reverse field, and that just was not happening.
Yeah, well, reversing field doesn't work very well when the backside D end is Gavin Thalheim and Owen Hammond coming down the alley there, meeting you at that point where you're trying to counter back.
Now Kosmiska can't run and take
play.
It down by Zane Brown. What a hit by Brown. We haven't seen that kind of activity out of that young man.
Yeah, and Kwasniewski there, something happened with the handoff there, and that's the thing about the 6-man rule is he has nothing he can do in that situation when nobody can come and help him. So it's going to be another turnover on downs. We'll see if the Huskies can keep the good times rolling here with an offensive play. coming back out in that look that we've seen them in every single drive they've started. They've got that split to the side, fullback here, lead blocking. They do go to Owen Hammond, puts his leg in the ground to pick up about 8 or 9 yards there. So a nice pickup from him. Try to clean up that camera for you a little bit here, so it's not so fuzzy at home. Leaves them with about 2nd and 8, 2nd and 9. Back in the red zone where they have not missed this evening. Hansen under center. Pitches this one back. Hammond rolls out to the short side, and he's just going to run this one in for a touchdown. More extracurricular activity here. A little bit of frustration maybe from the Titans side after that touchdown, which is understandable, but you got to keep your emotions in check. I think Griffin McKinney got the worst end of some frustration. Yeah, that was number 18. That was Ryan Huddle again, who got called for that face mask in frustration earlier. So just a little bit of, anger. This game not going, obviously, the way of him or the Titans' way in this one, as they let up another play right there.
I know head coach Hartley came into this game confident that they could make this a 4-quarter game, and Northern Valley has done everything to say, no, you're not, as they put up 36 straight points, and 2 more up off the foot of Gavin there is making it look easy here.
I'll tell you what, this is not the Northern Valley team that we have seen this season, coming in and making this game an exclamation point, really trying to emphasize the turnaround that they want to have with these last 3 games of the regular season, this one included here. And Coach Hartley and the Titans just kind of getting the worst end of this momentum shift that the Huskies are wanting to employ here this season.
Yeah, it's difficult. When the 6-man game, you get down a few, and then it just starts to compile. And they haven't been able to move the football. Northern Valley's defense has been extremely stiff in that. Have they given up a first down yet? I don't think so.
You'd have to think back to maybe the second drive.
Yeah, it's if you can control the defensive side of the game, then it is almost impossible to stop a team in 6-man football. Of course, with that penalty, it was enforced on the kickoff. So Gavin Thalheim going to put this one through the uprights, I hope.
We'll see. Maybe they'll try for an onside kick here, just because it is such a short field. They don't usually do that just because of the good positioning that you're going to get, but you don't really lose positioning here. That's kind of tough when you got everyone crunched together, and they are up by enough that they don't really need to.
Who's back there? Is that Brian Bencomo's truck all the way back there, an old Husky? We'll see if he can kick it all the way to Brian. Kick is going to be tried for as far as he can. He does put her through the uprights, but he doesn't quite get it all the way to his brother. That's Kenton Thalheim going to run out there and throw that in, isn't it?
Looks like it.
Your days are over,
Homecoming
buddy.
was last week.
Yeah. We'll kick it to our sponsors. Be back with your kickoff here in moments.
Chance McKinney with Northwest Kansas Cattle.
And I told you it was going to be just moments because they just kicked off. That's right. Back into defense and back over Mr. Aim Baird.
Didn't really give those sponsors their due there between the kickoff this last time, because there was a little bit of laundry on the field we had to explain. Going tight. Look again here. Ball looked like it might have been on the ground.
Coming up with it is Zane Brown. Zane Brown comes out of there, and I never saw anything.
I tell you what, sometimes when it rains, it pours, and that's just a really tough look with that tight look in there. Northern Valley, like I said, just pinning their ears back, and everybody just crowding the box, if you can even say that you're stacking the box in a 6-man game, just saying, I dare you to try to go over the top of us, because right now the Titans have had 0 answers for this defense. So they're just going everyone on the line, and right there, everyone getting involved. Brown comes up with the loose ball here, giving the Huskies another really short field, just 10 yards from the end zone.
And look at this formation now is Tait Thalheim going to go under center. He's going to be the center in this one, going to snap it back to Gavin. As the ball goes back, he's going to look one way, and it's going to be a quick screen pass, and across the formation, Hammond's going to try and drag Titans, but he didn't go very far, maybe a yard or two.
Yeah, and I think Northern Valley might have got away with a little bit of a quick start here on this outside trips look, but doesn't really matter because it was eaten up in the backfield. So here we'll see what Northern Valley draws up this time. Going back to that trips look, Tait Thalheim back snapping the ball. It is 6-man football, so even though you have Tait there, every single person is eligible to catch a pass, so that's why you can get away with doing something like this. And here is going to be a false start, I believe, from the Huskies. They got away with it the last time, but fool me twice. Shame on.
And officials now, which is fun, they have an intercom system. They've got some walkie-talkies on out there, didn't they?
Do they?
It looked like it. He was holding his hand up there to.
No, he was saying it was illegal motion.
Well, that's not the.
Or he was doing
like this.
illegal proceeding. What is this one? It says that's what is that? I don't know. Probably did the wrong thing. No,
maybe
I
they don't have. They don't have walkie-talkies.
That'd be better.
Could I have one of them?
I don't know if you need a walkie-talkie when you have as many. All right, so that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter, 38-0. A long first quarter finally comes to an end. We'll hear from some sponsors and be back for the start of quarter number 2 after this.
Company is bringing a taste of the Far East right here to the Midwest. They're a family-run operation located in Alameda, Kansas that specializes in Wagyu. Whether you want jerky for a snack or a steak for supper, or maybe you just want to fill your freezer full, they are here to serve you. From pasture to plate, they'll help you all the way. Call 785-650-3679. That's Chance McKinney of Northwest Kansas Cattle Company.
If you haven't gotten the opportunity to stop by the hut in Long Island, well, you are missing out. Providing an opportunity for the kids to work and also have some of the best food you can come by in the summer. You do only have a limited time to stop by as they are only open during the summer break for the schools. Fresh sandwiches, wraps, pizzas, salads, and any of the sides you can think of with lunch specials as well. Also, why not top off the meal with some ice cream? Supporting the Northern Valley Huskies academically, athletically, and any way else is the hut in Long Island, Kansas.
Westco Commodities in Norton is serving cattle feeders across the entire tri-state region in Kansas, Nebraska, and in Colorado, specializing all of your bulk cattle feed from distiller grains to soybean meal and everything in between. Contact the guys at Westco Commodities, Gene Carter, Mitch Bimes, Rowdy Harmon at 785-877-5959. That's Westco Commodities in Norton, Kansas.
Back to the action, quarter number 2 after a long 10 minutes there in that first quarter, especially if you're a Titan over there trying to find a way to get out of this 38-0 hole they find themselves in. All things going right for the Huskies right now as they go trips. Put a man in motion here, looking to throw this ball into the flat, but he catches it out of bounds, just not aware of where he was right there, floating too far.
As he turned to go upfield, right as he was catching that ball, he extended his left foot right on the line, which made him out of bounds when he caught that football.
So it's going to be 3rd and 17, which ends up being 3rd and goal because they got this ball at the 10 when they started. It's 15 yards to that first down. So they're going to have to shoot for the end zone on these next 2 plays.
Well, I think you better go end zone on this one. Otherwise, the way Gavin's kicking it, they might as well kick the field goal. You'll get 4 points if you do that.
Yeah, he put one through the uprights on that kickoff, just practicing in case he needed this situation. Owen Hammond has it left side. He's going to take it to the house right there. Nicely blocking out in front of him.
They sealed that left side, and there was nobody there, and you were not going to catch Owen in a foot race. And he found himself to pay dirt, extending this lead all the way to 44-0.
Even if Northern Valley does get to 45 here that we play on, you at least get to play one half of football. We got to make sure that you didn't just buy your popcorn for nothing.
Oh, you didn't have to buy your popcorn tonight. Didn't you know that, Aim Baird?
No.
It is 4-H night at the Northern Valley Stadium. All popcorn sales are free.
What are we doing
Thank
up
you
here
to
without
4-H.
popcorn?
I don't know, but somebody who can hear us surely is going to bring us up a bag of popcorn that we can enjoy here, courtesy of the 4-H'ers here in Norton County.
Well, I'll tell you what, we need some popcorn here, as this has been all entertaining watching this Northern Valley team get to work here on the offensive and defensive sides. Not sure what that flag is for.
Good ball.
They got a sideline warning.
Well, it's kind of a courtesy. It's kind of a courtesy call against the sideline, whether, you get it looks like they're a little bit upset with a call that didn't get called. Maybe that seal of that left side
Probably
from our vantage point didn't look like much, but maybe those coaches over there decided that, the reason why it was wide open is because they had a hold of our guys.
Yeah, and we've seen that get called a couple of times where the outside block, that seal block, has been a hold on that. That's brought a couple of plays back for the Huskies in that first quarter, and maybe they thought that one was as well. But I'll be honest, I did not see it. But I also was not looking because I was watching Owen trot his way down that sideline.
Dance into the end zone.
46-0, Triplains-Brewster. We've seen crazier things, Clint. We've seen crazier things.
4 freshmen on the field here for Northern Valley, and then Gavin Thalheim doing the kicking, and Maverick Rogers to his left side as Gavin's going to stick that right foot in. I don't think this one's got quite the distance. It's going to be fielded. No, he misplayed it.
He's going to have to pick it up and get to work.
He's got plenty of room.
Sometimes those broken plays cause for some more space to run, and he gets out to about the 24 there. Not bad for the delay start.
Okay, I want to hit the replay button because I love hustle and effort. Here, as you see this replay coming at you, you can see Griffin McKinney. Well, you couldn't see it. He went all the way down trying to get to that football as they misplayed it, and he is actually the one that makes the tackle at the 25-yard line. So he went 40 yards all the way to the end zone, then another 25 yards back to get that tackle.
It was great hustle, that is for sure. There you go. I'm rusty also. I had to get it back to football.
We're trying here.
There we go. Back to the action. We'll see Brewster can get something going. Miss snap there. I think that the line is worried about stopping these linemen, not getting that snap clean. Back to Kwasnica. Another miscue by this offense.
Well, the problem is if that happens and their jet sits, he picked that ball up, but he can't advance it.
He can't go.
So you're just like that sitting duck.
Yes.
Yeah, you're that rooster pheasant out in the middle of everywhere, and everybody sees you're getting ready to fly, and as soon as you do, you're in trouble.
Hey, I usually don't find those guys.
Been a bit since we've seen a whole lot of them. Wrapped up for a loss. Big man Malikiah Hitt drops him after a no gain. He's controlling that line of scrimmage.
Doing a really, really nice job sealing that right side on the D-line for these Huskies. Building a lot of confidence down there.
Van Patten now 34 on the left side. Hit on the right side. Zane Brown's going to run the corner. And on the far corner, Ayden Lowry, and then Maverick Rogers in a safety position, flanked on his right side by Lucas Hansen. Jet under center. Reverse is now, ball loose on the field and is still on the ground. Scooped up by Hansen's going to try and get around the end, and he is wrapped up and dropped. But Northern Valley will take over on the fumble recovery by Lucas Hansen.
Tried to run a little bit of misdirection there, have a guy motioning to the backside so that we could pitch it, and he hit the guy that was motioning there. So unfortunately, just another miscue with that football, which is really It wasn't really plaguing Titans in that first quarter quite as bad. They just weren't moving the chains. But here in the last couple of drives, there's been some of that popcorn butter that you were talking about from the 4-H on that ball.
Oh, yeah. The more you talk about it, the more hopefully somebody hears us and can bring us some of that popcorn up here to the Crow's Nest. I'm sure Coach Pugh and Coach Sides wouldn't mind as well. And now we have yet another flag on the field, and we have it looks like an encroachment penalty is the preliminary signal by the line judge.
Looks like Tanner Owens right there is just lined up too far onto the offensive side.
So, Aim, what is considered the neutral zone?
I think if you break the ball, right?
That's correct.
With a foot was over the ball right there.
So if a foot, a head, whatever is across the ball, that doesn't work. Double reverse coming Maverick Rogers style. Touchdown, Maverick!
Best part about that play is Maverick Rogers putting his foot in the ground when he saw that opening come and just turning on the burners and going north to south right there. You love to see that, not extending too far to the sidelines, because that's exactly what you do. You want to be patient. You want to be patient. And when the Red Sea opens up, bam, you got to get upfield.
I don't know what they call that one. They call it mullet going left, but it works almost every time.
Mullet left. I like it. That one was free.
Bum.
Oh, yeah.
There it is.
There it was.
Just as automatic.
I forgot we have buttons.
Maverick with the touchdown. Gavin Thalheim with the two-pointer off his right leg. We'll be back here at Open Spaces Sports.
All American Glass is there to serve their customers wherever they are. At All American Glass, they feature NGA certified master technicians to handle your insurance claims or emergency repairs. All American Glass will repair first and replace when necessary. Call All American Glass in Long Island, Kansas at 785-854-7625 or toll free at 866-312-2257.
All Creatures Vet Clinic is located in Almena, Kansas, and they serve the fine folks of Phillips County and Norton County, and in and around the Almena and Northern Valley area, and of course Long Island as well, and even into southern Nebraska. All Creatures Vet Clinic is open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m., and you can reach them by calling 785-669-2227. Small animal care, large animal care, it's all available at All Creatures Vet Clinic, supporting the Northern Valley Huskies athletically and academically.
Oh, the house music is feeling the emotion here in the stadium for everybody, is loose and playing carefree as Northern Valley, and Thalheim boots another one into the end zone.
All good vibes on the Northern Valley side right now. Everything going right for them. 54-0 here with 8 minutes left before halftime. And if you're the Triplains-Brewster Trojans right now,
close. They're the Titans.
Yeah, my bad.
It's all right.
but you got to at least use this game to continue to build on the rest of your season. You know, you come into this one at 1-4, but you've got games after this. Probably not getting out of this one down this quite of a deficit. There's still a lot of good things that you can bring from this and the tape that you watch. You kind of can wash it and go 1-0 next week, but you want to continue to build on that. You want to continue to build those good habits and get some momentum in some positive ways on the offensive and defensive side here in these next 8 minutes, or even more if they can get a couple of scores and get it back below 45.
Here they go. Jets going to kick it back, and now they're going to go to the outside. Zane Brown with another tackle for loss as he was right there. Nobody blocked him. He had an easy shot at the man, Reese Aaron on that ball carry, but you're not going to win that battle.
Yeah, the weak side pitch right there. Reese Aaron got caught with that, and all he could be was a deer in the headlights there with nobody at the chip block, and you're just stuck looking at two defenders coming down the pipe, getting ready to try to take that ball from you. Got to worry more about ball security than you do just trying to get positive yardage.
So
they find themselves a 3rd and 2nd and very long here.
So I wouldn't get too cute here. I'd just try and get a play that you're comfortable running. This is Northern Valley's backups into the game. See if they can get some momentum here. And they do. Just a pitch on the outside. Peterson, he's going to crease into the hole. But Malikiah Hitt coming downhill. Can you talk about the play out of Malikiah tonight?
Yeah, really nice job right there. Like I said, if you're the lineman and you see Malikiah on the other side, you do not want to have to deal with that because he is playing like a force there, really hitting that A gap and sealing it, making that the guy with the ball change where they want to go because it looked initially like it was going to be a dive to Malikiah's side, and he had to go back to the drawing boards because that option was off the table very quickly.
Outside now, they'll kick it to
This is Peterson continuing to bounce off of a couple of Huskies here.
Maverick grabbed him around the ankle to drag him down to cause 4th down. But, when we're talking 6-man, sometimes the big guy in 6-man, because Malikiah Hitt definitely qualifies as a big man at 256 pounds. It's difficult for him to find it because it's such a space game and a one-on-one matchup game. But he has looked a lot quicker on his feet than I ever anticipated here tonight.
Yeah, that's a really good point right there. They try to make it a speedster's game. This ball on the ground, Peterson does pick it up, but he's just going sideline.
Patten bring him down, and a pack of Huskies tracks him down for a loss.
It's going to be a turnover on downs at the 24. Just another miscue at that ball, leading to the turnover there. It looked like it was going to be a nice play for Peterson with a little bit of the momentum on the last two runs that he's had, but when you lose that ball, you're just caught trying to survive. So Northern Valley will go back out on offense, 1st and 15 from the 24. Just under 6 minutes left before the halftime break.
Head coach Marvin Gippard over here talking to all 6 of his players as they're trying to set up something here. And they're going to go barnyard. They're going to go Zane Brown to the top. Closest to us is Tait Thalheim. In the slot, Owen Hammond. Going to snap back to Hansen, and here it goes. He's going to drop back and going to look to pass right away. Locked deep, took it back. Over the middle it goes. Completes that pass to Owen Hammond. Now he's going to be wrapped up after a gain of 13, 14, maybe even 15. Yeah, the officials signals a 1st down. That'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, and really nice time there for Hansen to deliver that pass. You had the defender coming down the line, but Griffin McKinney holding that block really well. And just all the time in the world to find that pocket to get it behind the defender there to Owen.
Same formation they're going to come out in here. Griffin McKinney's your center. About 7 yards back is Hansen. He'll flip it back another 5 yards to Gavin Thalheim. Flips it up, looking for his little brother who tiptoes into the corner of the end zone. Thalheim to Thalheim for 6 more.
Just floated that one right in there to the corner. It's like they've been doing that in the backyard for a while.
And they have. One lining up one more time is Gavin. Has he missed one yet? This is the announcer's jinx.
The only one they missed was the one that they actually didn't kick. It was the miscue that they tried to throw.
And it wasn't an announcer's jinx. He powders that one right down the middle.
62-0. Huskies with the commanding lead here in this one. We'll be back after some words from our sponsors.
Important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Angela Thalheim, your Phillipsburg Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this, and that's why Angela Thalheim is a proud sponsor of the Northern Valley Huskies and all of their athletics and academics. For all of your investment needs, call 785-543-2667 or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
At Equity Bank, they mean more. More solutions for your finances and more bankers standing by, whether that's in our lobbies or in the drive-thrus. They're at the Equity Bank. They're proud members of the community, big supporters of high school athletics. They shoot straight, and you score when it comes to no ATM fees nationwide. And don't forget to ask about Equity Bank Insurance, which offers an array of insurance products from home, auto, farm, business, and crop insurance. Why not stop by at Almena or Norton's locations and visit them online at equitybank.com to let them show you why equity means more.
Back to the action here, the Huskies.
I think the house music could just stay here for a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I'm a fan of the house music going all the time, like
DJ Pew Pew stepping up one more time. I like it.
That's right. Gavin looking to send this one deep yet again. See if the Titans get a chance at it, and they will. Between the legs again there. The ball just kind of slick for him here, but another good look. Bouncing it to that far side. Going to get to about the 30 before they're stopped here.
A 25-yard gain on that return from number 32. And we still don't have a name on that.
I wonder if it's Boone McDonald. I haven't seen a 28 out there, I don't think.
We don't have a 32 on the program.
But a nice play by him anyway.
Return to the 30.
So they'll start here, first down. Here's we still have 5 minutes left of action here in this second quarter. Northern Valley going to play with a high, deep safety, one Maverick Rogers. Into the middle they go, and looky. Mav, can I say it? How many times?
You can say it a lot because apparently he's going to continue to eat in there as Ayden Keith is going to check into this game. You know, a look that we haven't seen from the Titans as a while is kind of that arc, 5 off of the line with one guy in. And it might be not a bad idea to go to that look. You know, Malikiah in that line is going to come streaking down at you, but give you a little more time, a little bit more of a look, because right now they are eating up everything at the line of scrimmage, and even in the backfield here for this Huskies. You got to change up something here to give your offense a chance.
Well, it looks like head coach Marvin Giphart is sending in the beef. He's got Malikiah Hitt and Ayden Keith playing the defensive tackles, 2.5 apiece. They
All
control
the
the line of scrimmage again, and I'm sorry.
Just a missed snap, but you know what that is caused by is the disruption on the previous plays from Malikiah and squad. It is so hard to be the center in there, thinking about trying to get to that block on a guy that is just blowing up the backfield. You got to get that ball off. You got to get your hands on him, and he's just storming by the guy, and that's what's causing a lot of these mistakes is he's trying to think about the block before he gets the ball to the quarterback.
The Northern Valley side of things, they're going with 3 down linemen as Van Patten, who is no little man over there, standing at 235 as
Griffin
well.
McKinney playing outside backer.
And they are just eating and owning this line of scrimmage.
Peterson with a little bit of room here, cuts it back.
And
the best run we've seen all night, and he's going to step out of bounds at the 20, but signs of life from the Titans.
35 gained yards right there on that play. We'll put it all the way to the 20-yard line. That first pop play of the night for the Titans.
And I've been kind of waiting to see that from Peterson because he's been bouncing off of the initial tackle try there. He's not a big guy, but just something about his center of gravity, and he's able to just keep his feet churning and going, and he can cut that play back. And we finally saw it work out in a mighty way here. A first down at the red zone for the first time tonight for the Titans.
Isolation here on this side. Looks like they might try and throw a jump ball up as this is a first formation, and they look that direction. Going to try and find the connection on that number 32. It's over his head and incomplete, but I like the shake-up there.
I do too, and it was really – I love the idea of it. It just – they weren't able to connect. Reese Aaron there just able to not quite get that ball on the numbers, floated it over him there. But, hey, I would almost go back to that look again. Get that one-on-one matchup there. Maverick Rogers is a scrappy player, but you definitely got the size advantage with 32 out there. Or if you can go out there with Huddle or another player that's standing a little bit taller as well. They've got size on that Titans team. Just see if they can get those matchup advantages that they're looking for here. Peterson drops the ball on the ground, and he's just going to have to fall on that one and live to fight another day. It's going to be 3rd and 16 here as they lose one or two.
One more time, the defensive line right there in the way. Man, you'd love to be a linebacker here right now. You don't even have to do anything.
Put your hands in your pockets.
Go grab one of those bags of popcorn. Go ahead and consume it.
Yeah, I need one of those.
We're still trying to talk about that popcorn, hoping to get our free delivery up here to the Crow's Nest. It's all but 15 steps all the way up here if anybody can hear us.
I would do it. I just, I'm too busy. I can't go get it myself.
Oh, I got thrown popcorn. Yeah, you can throw it up here to the crow's nest. Close. It was just a handful. You didn't even send the whole bag.
We'll take what we can get at this point.
Timeout, Titans. We'll be back with more here at Open Spaces.
You appreciate it when people listen to you. You like it when they understand. We understand, and we think we have something you're going to like. My name is Brandy Archer. I'm part of the First National Bank and Trust family in Phillipsburg, Logan, Long Island, Smith County Bank and Smith Center, and Solomon Valley Bank in Beloit, member FDIC. You work hard around home, around your family, at your job, and you deserve some perks. Benefits like shopping and travel discounts, protection on your cell phone, roadside assistance. Perks. Today, go to agbank.bank, take a look at the brand new Perk checking account and all the special benefits perfect for someone like you. Reduce risk, save money, get your own Perk checking account. Know that today and every day, First National Bank and Trust is here for you.
Well, we thought we were going to get a free T-shirt out of the deal as the cheerleaders were throwing them, and I think we were calling for it. The problem is that they underthrew it and about took out Belinda Thalheim, but she's going to live through it. And yet another big-time play by the defensive line is going to end up in a loss.
Malikiah Hitt having to give his life out there.
Brings up 4th down.
Pew over there on the PA saying, calling out Hitt's awesome game over there.
4th and 22, 23, somewhere around in there.
See if they can get a ball thrown up with a chance at it here.
Snap back, and now Peterson's got it. It's going to try and jet through the line. Wrapped up, and he's still squirming around, but now Griffin McKinney's got him held up. Blow it dead, and that will lead to a turnover on downs once again.
Yeah, tough right there. They had really good opportunity getting to the 20, but once they got to that point, they couldn't keep going forward. They just kept marching back little by little. There, after the initial look, they thought they were going to get kind of a one-on-one passing opportunity, but never went back to that well. I kind of was hoping that they would get back to that look again, even though it didn't connect on the first chance. I just thought that was maybe their best opportunity right there to score in a quick way.
It was. They made that happen once. Now they're going to have to play a little bit of defense. Northern Valley with some substitutions of their own all the way back there. Looks like Gavin is in the backfield. Now Ayden Keith going to make it around the right side.
Lays down a stiff arm.
He's still standing. It's going to take a lot to bring him down, and he finally does after a gain of 10 yards.
The 10-yard rush from the fridge.
Double nines.
William Perry style.
Double nines coming right down our living room right there for a 10-yard gain.
I liked it. It showed some speed getting to the outside edge.
2nd and 5 from their 35.
Let's see what the Huskies draw up here. A minute left in this game, unless we see something crazy.
Am I calling it? Mullet left? Nope, not going to happen. Now it's going to go right down the middle. Going to look for Mav right here in front of us. Is the ball
trying to tiptoe that sideline there. He never got the catch in, though.
Never got the catch in. It's going to be an incomplete pass, bringing up 3rd down.
It does stop the clock with 40 seconds left.
I say put Ayden back in and let him steamroll for another 1st down here.
If you are watching at home, is this the freshman?
Which one?
Labor tonight, or is that?
Oh, it is the freshman.
So if you're watching at home and you want to come down here and get a little help around the farm,
yeah,
come on down and you can get some helping hands there. The freshmen are going to have their work auction here after this game at the halftime break.
And that might be the last play of the game, and it should be. They're not going to have to snap it one more time, and they're going to get it there as long as they don't spot it. Yes, it's going to be good. So now it's going to be 4th down, but that's probably going to be the last play of the game as they don't have to snap it, and we'll be at halftime. AIM, Northern Valley came out from the beginning and had a purpose tonight and actually just laid the wood.
This was a statement for Coach Gebhard and his team. This is the win that they wanted here tonight. This is the win that turns a season around, and it's exactly what this group needed. It's what we knew they were capable of, and they're going to need that because the next team to come into town, Weskin, who last time I looked had not lost the game. Yeah, so you need to be hitting on all cylinders like you were tonight. You need contribution from top to bottom of your roster with that team coming in and to keep the good times rolling here. Tough matchup here for the Triplains-Brewster Titans, but a lot of talent on that squad. Just wasn't able to put it together here tonight. You know, it's kind of what Coach talked about before the game. They couldn't limit those mistakes and those turnovers necessarily here, giving Northern Valley a lot of short fields, which led to a lot of scores in a quick way there when you don't have a lot of space to run things back. You know, so I think if these teams played again, I think you'd see a better at least offensive output there from the Titans. For sure.
Yeah, momentum just started rolling for Northern Valley, and every ball just kind of kept falling.
That's kind of how football works, isn't it? I mean, unfortunately, if you're a K-State fan, you saw that a couple weeks ago, even at the collegiate level. So it can happen at any part of the game here. And just things did not go their way. The ball did not bounce their way here tonight in the Valley. But you got to tip your cap to Northern Valley. They came out great showing here. Yeah, I would say player of the game. Malikiah Hitt.
I was going to say it as well. You had contributions all the way across. As good play.
It was a hard one to give out, but he stood out.
3 players for Northern Valley pick up turnovers on the defensive side. Caden Lowry got to one. Tait Thalheim got to one. Lucas Hansen got to one. They couldn't stop Gavin Thalheim around the edge. Anytime Owen got out in space, nobody could catch him.
Yeah,
it was just a wonderful.
It was just a complete victory for the Huskies.
So with that being said, AIM, you brought up a good point. Weskin coming to town here next week, and we will be here at Open Spaces Sports, so we hope you join us there. Broadcast starting a little before 7 o'clock, kickoff around 7. But also next up on Open Spaces Sports
tomorrow,
the volleyball league action in the WKLL.
A whole day of league
all
action.
Day. Every game will be broadcast, and I'll be on one of those pool plays, and Caleb will be on another one. And so they will have that brought to you starting at 9 o'clock in the morning. It's the first games, and they will roll all the way, a rolling schedule, until game is over. Just because we happen to be done at halftime does not mean we're not going to show you the halftime activities, as both the dancers and the cheerleaders out there. Let's pick up the house, Mike, and figure out what they are going to do here.
We have a joint dance routine this evening with the dance team as well as the cheerleaders. Some of them are both. Okay, from the left, senior Tatum Lentz, senior Wendy Adams, senior Landry Gebhard, senior Delaney Sides, senior Haley Hansen, freshman Hayden Cox, sophomore JC Gebhard, sophomore Jordan Cox, freshman Andrea Mraz-Para, freshman Renee Horacek, and senior Siri Porter.
You made mention of it once. State champions last year, the ladies from Northern Valley on their cheer squad. Congratulations to them. They will compete once again in that if you want to go watch that.
And the lone person missing out there was the mascot. It was Gavin Thalheim there at that state, taking home the gold. And he did a pretty good job, but he's been working a little hard here, hitting that end zone here tonight. So.
And he is going to join them once again in that state competition. And I think that
kid just loves to win. It doesn't matter what they have.
He said he was going to get a ring that said state champion cheerleader on it. And he's dead serious about it because he knows what kind of a competition it is, and he knows what it takes to win a state title. Congratulations to those ladies from Northern Valley of winning that last year, and good luck at state this year. Freshman work auction going to happen. I don't know if we really need to broadcast this so much. Northern Valley complete and utter dominance here tonight. Wins 62-0 over Brewster Triplains. Aim, thanks for carrying the water here tonight. As under the weather, maybe a little bit on my side of things, but I'm Clint Cox, and that was Aim Baird. We'll see you next time. Join us next week for the Northern Valley versus Wesking game on Friday night. From Open Spaces Sports to you, we say thank you.